Welcome to Grace Over Grit and Growth, the podcast where we celebrate women's journeys and we empower each other to thrive in our personal lives, career, and businesses. We're two women who are passionate about connecting with and inspiring others in our community. I'm Alita Anderson.
And I'm Monique Fisher. And today we have Mrs. Shawanna Scott with us. Hello, hello.
Hello.
And girl, you wearing that lipstick?
Hey. Yes,
I
welcome,
love it. I
welcome.
love it.
Thank you. We always love a guest.
Yes, we do. We like talking to people. We like talking, period. So,
yes.
But we love it when we have other people.
Mm-hmm.
So we know Shawanna from our Keller Williams days.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You were a team lead when we joined Keller Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And we were so proud to see you in that role,
yes.
first of all.
Thank you.
And we were in Naperville, Plainfield area.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got your hold on Office and Aurora and Keller Williams Innovate and all that good stuff. So first of all, we just want to say how proud we are.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes. So tell us about that journey into real estate, how you got there.
Okay. All right, let's go. So I had a great friend named Rima, and I was in property management. She would come in and sell insurance to our tenants.
Okay.
And so me and Rima actually built a great relationship. My tenants needed insurance and I liked her, and we like 5 days apart in our birthday. So we built an amazing relationship over the course of like 4 years. She got out of that business and got into real estate. I watched her for a year and I was like, she came to my dirty 30. She had this glow about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, all right. She must got a new boo thing. And that wasn't it. It was real estate. She got into real estate and she came there with like Burberry boots on and flipped that to some red bottoms. And I was like, you got like $2,000 worth of shoes on. It must be really good. Right? I was like, it's a winter storm. It was in December. And I'm like, okay, like that's pretty awesome. Tell me what you do.
Right.
Tell me, how do I do what you do? And because I had hit my ceiling at my current property management role.
Okay.
Like I had to literally wait for someone to either die or move away to go to that next level.
Right.
Okay.
So fast forward, I got into real estate. And side note, if you fail the first time when you're taking your exam, just keep going. Don't quit.
Please.
Yes. I passed on the fourth one,
Mm-hmm.
that fourth and final.
Mm-hmm. And what does your license say?
Broker.
Exactly.
I'm there.
Exactly.
And look, I ain't gonna take it no more. I make sure
right.
I take my CE so I don't have to do it again.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So don't quit. So anyways, fast forward, I jumped into real estate and I was on a team. I was on a mega team. My first year, I sold 25 homes and 1 rental. My second year, I doubled my net income because I got off the team and started working on my own personal business.
Okay.
And then in my third year, I tripled my net. But I also got this little tap on my shoulder that said, hey, we see you and we would love to partner with you in leadership. And I was like, I don't know what I don't know, but I'm coachable. So let's go. And I was in. Fast forward from there, I was at a market center in our Keller Williams world, 513 agents.
Mm-hmm.
It was large and it was amazing. And then I got another tap. They always say, be ready, right?
Yes.
Like, you got to be ready.
Yes.
And they said, hey, we're going to launch this office in Aurora. We would love for you to be the team leader there. So I did that for 5.5 years.
Wow.
5.5 years.
Wow. Because I remember when I'm like, man.
Time is flying. Wow.
Yeah. So I loved leadership. One of the things I got to do was sit with amazing realtors every day and just help them go from where they are to where they wanted to go in their goals. And it was very fulfilling to see someone not achieve something that they could, to achieve things that they never thought they could achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like, and then just to be that little push to say, hey, you can do a little bit more. And it wasn't because of a financial benefit. It was because they got to change their life for their family.
Yes.
It was so beautiful. And then my life changed. Nugget came in 23. And boy, let me tell you, I had to make some changes.
So let's go back a little. We got married.
Oh yeah. I
got you forgot that small
little. We got some lays in there. Okay?
Yes, we got married.
So you got married.
Yes.
Then Nugget came.
Yes.
Right.
First come love, then come marriage. Here come wanna push a baby carriage.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. What are our steps? Okay. So Nugget came.
Yes.
And so can you tell us how becoming a mom kind of changed how you did business?
Okay. I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
when I met Blaze, Blaze had a daughter. Her name's I named her Sassy from day one.
Okay.
She chose me.
Mhm.
So I instantly became a bonus mom.
Okay. Love that.
And being a bonus mom is a joy and an honor because you get to walk alongside of a child and just help coach them through life and be their partner, not their mom, but their partner in their growth, right? So Sassy and I have been together since 2018, locked and loaded. You can't separate us. Then me and Blaze got married in 21, got pregnant in 22, Nugget came in 23.
Okay.
And that changed. I thought Sassy was one thing, but Nugget was a whole different thing. There's something about giving birth to that first child. It hits you a little bit different, and you start to prioritize a little bit different. And with Nugget, I looked at him and his little bitty self. They said he was going to be like 10 pounds. That baby came out at 6. And I was like, okay, I'm a mom. I got to change some things because I can't keep running literally across the country, around the world, being on call 24/7. I can't keep doing that. This kid needs me. I chose to have him. He didn't choose to be here. So I'm going to give him the world.
So that changes your mindset.
Oh,
and we talk a lot about mindset,
It
right?
does.
So now you got to change how you approach your business. And as you said, you kind of step back out of leadership a little bit. Still have your real estate business and you're thriving in that. But what does that do for you where you're at now? Because you're doing a lot of coaching and teaching because you are a big advocate for education, which I absolutely love.
Yes, we got to stay educated.
So how do you maneuver that in raising Nugget?
It's all about your values. My values are God, family, then business. Before real estate, I had a Mary Kay business, still a Mary Kay consultant, and it was God, family, then business.
Okay.
And I was raised, my mom and my dad raised me with a faith as my foundation. So even when I did go astray, I had that faith, right? So when you look at that and you're raising kids, that's what you got to center yourself on because that becomes your priority. Business will be there. It will always be there, but your kids come now first. So when you talk about mindset, one of the things I started right after I had Nugget was my gratitude journal. It's non-negotiable. It's called A Joy-Filled Life. It's a big purple book. Can't remember the author right now. However, it's just a daily gratitude journal of 10 things. And then it has goals broken down.
Okay.
And that gratitude journal just kept me focused. And also because between breastfeeding, waking up in the middle of the night and changing diapers and no sleep and sleep deprived and still trying to run businesses, life gets hard. It does. It gets hard. And you're still trying to show up for yourself, your kid, your family, the people. It just gets hard, but you really have to stay in the gratitude and remember your faith. So when you talk about prioritization, it was God, family, then business. Like I knew I had to filter things moving forward.
And that helps filter it because when you know those things, if it's out of alignment with any of those things, it's an easy no.
It's that easy word no. Right there, alignment. If it is not in alignment, you will actually find yourself at a constant tear.
Yes, you'll feel it.
Yeah,
you feel it.
And when you find yourself at that constant tear, you have to slow down enough to say, "Hey, where am I out of alignment?" Right? It's like your car. When it's out of alignment, it pulls to the left or pulls to the right.
Yes.
It's not in center. That's the same thing. And if you don't know your values, you need to sit down and start talking to the Lord and figure them out because once you know them, you're good.
You are good. And the other thing you mentioned with faith is, I won't say it's easy, but with faith, the other thing it helps you is not to worry about lack. Because you don't know they always say take that first step, you don't know what's after that. But if you know that it's something that's in alignment with what you do, and you know it's something that God called you to do, and you know you're practicing your faith, you know it's going to be handled. I love what you said about the gratitude journal as well, because journaling in general and with the gratitude, it helps you remember what he brought you through. So when you're in something new, you're like, I know I'm going to get through this. And now it's kind of like, how is this going to happen? Like, you're just waiting to see, like, ooh, instead of the worry and fear of, oh my God, what is going to happen? It's, how is this going to end? So all those things have pushed you, and you've always been so positive, in speaking positive over everything around you. So just was mentioning that journey, like leadership taps you on the shoulder, we see you. So for everything that you've done is setting such an example for the people that are new moms that are doing something different. It's setting that example to show that it can be done, and just encouragement one another. So I applaud you for that.
Thank
you. For always being positive and pouring into others, because it means a lot.
Yeah. Well, I thank you. I always look at I don't know the Bible verse, but Jesus washed people's feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we are here to serve.
We're here to serve.
And if you're given a gift, use it. Like, he gave it to you. Like, I have a passion for education. I have a passion for serving other people. I have 2 hands and 2 feet. And if I have breath in my body, I'm going to serve. And taking my kids first, but then I'll serve.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. That journey, the gratitude journal, if you can just focus on the things that you are grateful for, that lack is gone.
Yes.
Because you start to see that you have abundance. One of the things that I keep writing now is I'm grateful for clean water. I go to Malawi, Africa every year, and sometimes they don't have clean water. I'm grateful for clean water. Like, it just refocuses you on the things that are so small that we may forget.
Yes.
That some people don't have an opportunity to have.
Right. And I love what you said about your bonus daughter, Sassy.
Sassy pants.
Yes. Alita also has a bonus son and daughter. And one of the things she talks about is that I'm not there trying to be your mother. I'm here to just partner with you. I'm just another resource in your life. And so, that says a lot about who you are as women and mother, and then that's faith and grace and love. So I love that. Absolutely love that.
Love it.
So, have you had to redefine success? I know you're very goal oriented, and like you just talked about your gratitude journal. So did motherhood make you kind of change what success looks like? Did she say?
When you in the real estate game, the sky's the limit.
Yes, it is.
And you want to go out and do everything and be everything and red bottom this and Louis V that and all that. And none of that is wrong.
It's not.
No.
But when you become a mom, your goals change just a tad bit.
Slightly.
What is that thing? Not a 501. The college 503.
Oh no, the
you know which one?
Yes, 529.
Yeah, 529.
Hey, I'm like
numbers.
529. Yes,
numbers.
529.
The 529s that come out, the college, the tuition. What if they don't want to go to college? I got to have a little money there. And Sassy may or may not go to college, right? So what does her life look like when she hits 18? Like you just think differently when you are a mom. So my success level used to be like, oh, I'm going over here. I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to own this, that, and the other, right? That changed. It was, how do I set my kids up for the next generation of success?
Yes.
Like my parents set us up for success. They showed us, now mind you, my dad is 88 years old. So I'm old school work ethic, not this new school work ethic. Like I barely get my nails done work ethic. So I was taught to grind. I sold watermelons on the corner in Mobile, Alabama at 10 years old, right? Okay. So all I know is hard work. However, that's not today's world.
No.
It is hard work, but not that kind of hard work. And so I have to set my kids up a little bit different. So my success looks a little bit different. I'm investing differently nowadays. I'm not, doing what I used to do with my money. Right. Like that.
Right.
Yeah. And I think too, the opportunities, like you mentioned, the saving for college or whatever she may choose to do later. Like for me, education, kids had a financial class over the summer. So I'm looking at different things like, ooh, what can I expose you to? What'll help you get something a little bit earlier? Can you get that just one step ahead? Like what are some of the different, and what opportunities? Because like you said, it may not be college, it may be something different. what are those opportunities and what does that look like? And help them to define what success is. Because I think overall before it was like, you graduate, you go to college, you do this, you do that. And there's so many different ways that you can do things now. But it's a matter of having the exposure. And that's one of the things I love about real estate is that it's a gift and a curse. Yes. That you have the time freedom to be able to work and, do different things at different times, so that you can hustle. Like Monique laughs because I'll be like, hey, I'm here. And then this afternoon I'm driving to a dance competition and then I'll be over here. So the day looks a little different, but I might be working at night and doing it in the day. But I have the luxury of being able to shift things so they can be there for them and expose them and do different things. So.
I think that's the key word is exposing, right? Like our parents exposed us to the best that they could. Right?
Yes.
Right.
And then this gift of real estate, we are exposed to so much.
Yes.
So much. So how do we expose our children and our next generation to things now? So when I look at success, it's not the Louis V's and the Manolo Blahniks. It's actually exposure, investments, a lot differently today.
Yeah. And for your kids.
For my kids. Like what's your legacy that you're leaving?
What are you leaving now?
What's your legacy? Your legacy doesn't have to be I'm leaving them $1 million in the bank account.
Right.
It is what kind of human beings are they going to be? And how are they going to be contributing to society? What's that legacy?
And entrepreneurship shows them too. I got a hardworking mom, right? But it allows you that flexibility, right? And then it teaches them a work ethic.
Oh yeah.
Because working for yourself, as we've said before, is one of the hardest things you can do. And you have to have a lot of discipline to do that.
Yes.
That's not always easy to do. So you're juggling all these things. So tell me, what do you do to prioritize your self-care? What is that?
There's this thing called the calendar. I use my Google Calendar to be specific.
Yes.
Talk about tools. I actually time block my time.
Okay.
And it's in yellow, and I share it with my husband, so he knows it is a do not disturb.
Okay.
And like tomorrow, for example, it is Shawanna Day. Like I'm gonna work a little bit in the morning, but it is all about Shawanna from 12 to 5.
Okay.
That is my time. Do not disturb me. Don't call me. Don't think about me. Don't text me. I don't care.
You not respond.
No. Love it.
So it's not
Airplane
necessarily
mode.
that you go into the spa or that. It's just time with you.
Whatever I want to do.
And then whatever you want to do in that time. I love that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because sometimes you just want to sit at home on your sofa in silence with a nice candle and some Sade in the background.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yes.
Sometimes you just need that. And sometimes you like, I love to sit in silence to hear God's word and just to hear my own thoughts and just be. So sometimes you just need that. Sometimes I do schedule a spa. Like whatever it is I need to do, I know I block out a good chunk of time just to get it done.
Just get it done. No, that's perfect because like I said, I also calendar if it's not on there, it doesn't exist. I'm trying to fit in what I can.
I'm trying to get
it's a journey.
It's a journey.
You know what it comes from? For me, for the kids' activities, for my husband's activities, and I'm like, wait, who's what, where, on what day? The calendar. So that's how it started. But then also now my kids know. Check the calendar and be like, don't say that you can go here. I can drop, pick up, do because I might be on the other side of town. Your dad might not be available, whatever. So we all have to abide by because there's so many things happening at the same time. I cannot keep it in my head and I don't want to stress myself out trying to do that. But I love blocking out that time for yourself because it's a reset. We go at a fast pace. There's lots of things happening because even sometimes when I'm just sitting, it's still like, what's the next thing? Oh, and checklist in my head and whatever. So when you have that time, you can just decompress. You're not responsible for making sure anybody needs to reach you or do anything like that. It gives you that chance to just reset. And for me, I'm getting older and I can't go as much or as long as I used to. So I need that time to reset so that I am showing up as best I can show up. Refreshed.
The magic number for me is every 3 weeks. I need that block at least every 3 weeks. If not, I'm not the nicest person. Mama can be a little rude and a little short. So I know at least every 3 weeks, I need that time.
We did an episode. It was called Self-Care Isn't Just for You. And for that very reason, because it starts showing up different places in your life. Like, I just need a break. Like, hold on. I was just asking. Like, I know, but But you're right.
Mhm.
It starts to show up across the board.
Every 3 weeks.
Mhm.
I need some time.
That's perfect. That's
Mhm.
perfect.
So how are you and Blaze? How do you grow together? I mean, you had Sassy, you had Nugget, and
Yeah.
then you still, do you have support or leverage too for you all to
So
have downtime
Yeah,
together?
together.
Block it on the calendar.
yeah,
together.
it's on the calendar.
Together. Okay.
It's on the
Oh,
calendar.
girl, I got to get with the calendar.
It's on the calendar because so I want to go back a little bit.
Okay.
There's this book called The One Thing by
Mhm.
Jay Papasan and Gary
Yes.
Keller.
Yes.
They actually, Jay Papasan and his wife Wendy have the One Thing couples retreat.
Mhm.
And a great friend of mine, Karen, told me, "Hey, you should go to this couples retreat." And I don't know. This is what 2019.
Mhm.
Me and Blaze don't know what we doing. We just like, okay, you just pay and go to
Because you all
Austin.
weren't married.
We
yet,
were not married
but
yet.
dating. Okay.
We were
Gotcha.
dating.
Gotcha.
Yep. This was 19. And so I said, okay, I went. And that retreat actually aligned us in a way that I can't really explain.
Hmm.
We learned our core values from each other.
Mhm.
We did an exercise apart and then came back and realized our core values are almost exactly the same.
Okay.
I love that.
Growth and family were in both of ours.
Mhm.
Mine was faith and his was community.
Hmm.
Okay.
So we realized at that point, like, if we are not in those, something's out of alignment.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so once we realize, okay, we both, number one is growth for us. If we're not growing, we're dying, and that is unacceptable for both of us. And so when you talk about like, how do we have time together? We know our values. Then when you say, hey, do we have support? We do. We enroll others in our world. Like, his social life is off the charts. That's all I can say. My social life is under the chart.
Okay.
But we have amazing friends and family. My family is all in Alabama.
Mhm.
I have no family in
Right.
Illinois.
Right.
And so I literally depend on my friends and my family and his family to help me raise my kids.
Right.
If it wasn't for my really close friends, I would probably be standing in front of I-55 waiting on the Mack truck to hit me. But you gotta enroll others in your world. You can't, like, I always believe that God will give you the tribe for that journey.
For that
Yes.
journey.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
He will give you the tribe for that journey. And I am so blessed with our friends and our his family members that do support us and help us to get us through. Like last night, we went to a wedding. Like, we had a babysitter. Wedding.
Had a good time.
Had a good old time.
I love it.
I actually put on a heel.
Come on now.
I was like, hey, and some lips. But you gotta take that time out for each other. And it's not just the intimate thing. It could just be a longer hug.
Yeah.
You have to acknowledge the fact that those kids are gonna grow up and go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it's just gonna be you and him looking at each other.
I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, who are you? 'Cause
Right.
we- like, who are you?
Yeah.
I ain't seen you the last 18 years.
Yeah.
My parents were married for 53 years before my mom died. So like their kids was gone. Then they adopted me. So then they had to kind of start over. But it was like, that was all they had was each
Yeah.
other.
How do you?
Yeah. Like it was just, it's important to carve out that time to make sure that you and your spouse have that.
Stay in alignment.
Stay in alignment.
Your alignment.
Yeah. And you have that
Absolutely.
time. And I use the calendar.
There you go.
Yes.
Girl, I'm learning some things. You gotta give me a
I
better
realize-
calendar. I gotta do a calendar.
I send him an invite, or he'll tell me, and then I'll send him the invite.
That's typically how it happens in my house too.
Or he'll send me a text message, and you know how on the Apple phone you can just add to calendar because it's in the date. Yeah. I use
Write
calendar.
this down.
You got to get on the calendar.
You
I
have
got to
to get on
start
the
sending
calendar.
invites.
Yeah, send the invite.
Yep, it happens. We're like, check the calendar.
Right. It's date nights. It's just when you put the kids to bed, if you just want to do a movie together, I don't like watching TV, so I go to sleep halfway through anyways. But just the fact that we're together.
And have that space together.
Yeah. Once a month, we look at our finances together.
Okay.
So we got to stay in alignment because it's growth, right? If we're not growing in finances is one of the biggest issues in marriages.
Yes.
And so we actually carve out time to look at our finances or talk about our finances at least once a month.
Girl, I wish I'd have been that
And
mature
then do you
early on in my
It took me a minute.
marriage.
It took me a minute.
That's funny. Well, it makes me laugh.
Right.
So when you do the finances
Mhm.
I'm just thinking, is there one of you that's the spender and one's a saver, or are you guys kind of like?
Mhm.
Okay, same here.
Yeah.
So
I think every couple is
and
like
you're
that.
like, And then what I found over the years is that the spending, like, it's not always me or always him.
Mhm.
It depends on what the thing is. Because for me, travel, and then I'm like, oh no, we can figure out how we're gonna do
We
this.
gonna figure that, 'cause
I'm like,
that's
no, we
important.
cannot do this. And then for him, it's things. Like, so I'm like, we don't need that. Like, that's not important.
Yeah.
Right.
But we have to come to that compromise of what's important. So I love that piece with the finance of it, because we look at stuff differently. Like
Yes.
with well, my husband has a job and then he also DJs. So when we look at different things, I'm like, in my mind, when I calculate things, I'm like, okay, that's 2 more houses and we got it. Like, okay, so I need to do this. We're good. Like, oh, I need to. So I look at it a little bit. It's never to me a no. It's just maybe not now.
Mhm.
But then if it's really important to me, I'm like, okay, we're gonna figure out how we're gonna make this happen.
figure it out.
We'll laugh. So he always laughs like, what are you like? We have to. It's gonna be in there.
Just
So it's
DJ
none
2
of
more
it.
parties.
I'll be like,
And
we
then
just
you'll
need
be
to do
all right,
this.
right?
I'm like, it's never
See, don't
no.
kill me when you see this.
Just 2 more.
I'm like, just gotta do a little bit more. I'm like, I'm fine with that. But we laughed because I didn't realize that until we started talking about finances. Because I'm like, he's like, well, we need to do this, this, this. I'm like, yeah, we do, but I mean, that's not a problem. We just do. He's like, what is wrong with you? Like, so I'm like, just look at it a little different. We don't have it now, but we're gonna have it. 90 days, good, we got it.
Mhm.
Like, so it pushes me in my business too. And then it also sets some things with the kids. Like, okay, we all want to do this. And that means I'm going to have to, on this Saturday, I can't do this because I'm going to be doing that.
Right.
So everybody's kind of in alignment as to what's happening and the
Yep.
why.
But
so.
it's also creating a win-win for the family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to take this time and go do this so we can go do that.
Yes.
And it's enrolling them, and then they can see the reward for the sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
For
And
the
it's funny
sacrifice.
because they'll ask. So my kids will be like, so where you headed? A closing, or you just showing houses? Like, what's happening? I'm like, because I have to explain it. I'm like, me showing, I don't get paid to show houses. I mean, I do indirectly. I was like, but I actually get a check when I'm at a closing. Like, I don't get paid at all until this closes. So when you see me doing this work, it's leading to that. So now that's beating the head. So that's the question: like, is this a closing or is this? I'm like,
you at the beginning of the check process or the end?
Right. Is this the deposit
It's
time?
the deposit time. Right. You're just running around racking up hours. I love it.
So I'll be like, okay, mind your business now.
Mhm. Yep.
So talk to us about grace. Grace, that's a big component of our podcast. How do you extend grace to yourself?
Inside that gratitude journal that I referred to, the very bottom line says, who do I give grace to today?
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't practicing that before I started this gratitude journal. And you got to give yourself grace. God didn't make perfect people.
Not at all.
He loves the messy. That way he can move and do his thing. He didn't make us to be perfect. So I just say, hey, I got to give myself grace. You never know what someone else is going through on the other side. In KW, we used to say, come from curiosity. Because you never know what that person is going through. You don't know.
That's very true.
Like, what happened? Just to go, like, grace for me is really big, because a lot of people had grace with me when I was going through a mental and physical abusive marriage. Because I wasn't as nice as I could have been. I was still smiling, but what I was going through on the back end was coming through on the front end.
It affected
Mhm.
Yes, you know, like it just
Absolutely.
showed up, and I was a little short. So number one, I always give grace to myself. Like, I know I'm not perfect. Like, boo, give your sister a break.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also just remembering, come from curiosity. That person could have just lost their mom. That person could have just got diagnosed with cancer. That person could have just had something a whirlwind happen in their life. But you just want to, we just like want to jump on them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like literally, we want to plow them down. But then you have to actually take a beat. Take 5 seconds, take 5 minutes, whatever that time is, and then come from curiosity. I always just say, hey, you good? You all right? But you didn't seem like yourself the other day.
Right, right. Well, the one thing too at KW that they did, the other philosophers seek to understand. That's a big lesson that I learned there. It's really to seek to understand what's going on with people. Why are you, reacting like this or acting like this? And it helps you be a better person. And that's the form of extending grace and understanding that, because when you're going through things, you don't want people to attack you.
No.
Right. So we really do have to give others grace. So
and yourself.
Yes.
And
because life is so complex.
It is.
And there's so many different things that happen. I'm always reminded, I was on a business trip once, and I was in the airport just sitting, waiting for the to board the flight. And I overheard, how at the checkout desk, like we have the people that are either checking you in or moving seats around, whatever. So they were talking about an associate that was coming back to work. And I just was sitting here, whatever, kind of working, not paying much attention. And they were like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine coming back to work this. And they said, it's only been, I don't even remember the time frame. They said, but to have your husband and your child both gone on the same day to be taken from you, I couldn't imagine that. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So a little while later, the lady came in and they were like, oh my gosh, we're so glad to see you, whatever else. And then as the people got into the line, something happened on a flight. And this man was just like, I need to get blah, blah. And she was like, sir, I'm trying to help you. And he was like, you're stupid. And And I was just like, and he went on and on. And one of the associates came in and stepped in, and she just kind of stepped away and they took it over for her. But it always played in my mind, like, had you known that lady's story, like this was her first day back, that she lost this, would you have talked to her in that same manner? Would you have spoken to her in that same manner? And it always reminds me that with people that you just don't know. Like what's there's so many other things, because people think that, okay, we are coworkers, so it's work. But what happens at home shows up for you at work. You can't just turn those things off, although you might not express them, it affects you. So it's so important to just give people grace, because like you said, you would want that same thing extended to you. And had you known the circumstances, I think a lot of times we would be embarrassed and apologize for the things that we've done and said to people or how we've handled it.
Ashamed of how we treat other people.
Yes.
Like, just be kind and just take a beat.
Yes. Be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind. It don't cost a thing.
No,
it really doesn't.
And sometimes people are just mean and nasty, and when you are kind, it calms them down, because they're like, wait, hold on, like
you
what?
Me going off on you?
Yeah,
you
like why are you not reacting?
Yeah.
Like whatever, and then they catch themselves. So it
That's
works.
that reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Flip it on them.
So, what advice would you give to young women out there who starting a family or been to have a family for a little while and in entrepreneurship to help them with their day-to-day?
That's a tough one. A few things, okay? It's not just one thing. Be in love with yourself. Okay. After my mental and physical abusive marriage, I lost myself. Like I had to really hone into who I am and really walk in my own true faith, in my truths, right? That's number one. Be in love with yourself, because I love my husband loves me, but he could walk away today. But if you are not in love with yourself first, how can you give love to others?
That's true.
That's very true.
Right? So that's the first thing. If you're a newer mom, don't go have a baby trying to save something.
Oh, no.
Right.
Love yourself first. That's the biggest one. If you are a mom, newer mom, grandma, oh Lord, don't cuss them kids out. These new kids,
they newfangled.
Man,
They're wired a little different.
These new kids are wired differently. So you're gonna need patience. Patience is
a virtue.
Yes,
for real.
It's a virtue. It's a virtue. It's a currency. It's everything.
It's everything.
You're gonna need patience. You're gonna need patience with yourself as a new mom. I didn't have my mom to call and be like, how did you raise 11 kids?
Oh,
Oh
come
my
on
goodness.
How did you do that? Because
Come
I'm struggling with this one real quick.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to have patience not only with yourself, for that kid, for your spouse. You
Mhm.
need to have patience.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to practice, but if you could just, like I said, take a deep breath before you respond to something,
Mhm.
right? Just take a beat. So love yourself, have patience, and have fun. Life's too short.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
So my mom actually passed at my niece's graduation party in 2014.
Mhm.
Massive heart attack. Like, that was done right then and right there. Like,
Right.
it was like, life is so short. And she was young. She was in her early 70s. So life is so short. If you are so stuck in the mud trying to get everything right, you're gonna miss out on everything
Yeah,
around you.
Yes.
You're gonna miss that. Just be present and have fun. Laugh at yourself when you make a mistake.
Mhm.
Go, like, I love music. Y'all know I love music.
Yes.
I can't dance. I got 2 left feet, and I shouldn't, but that's not how the Lord made me. So I'm gonna be grateful for
you
it.
got grace.
Uh-huh.
Yourself grace on that one.
I'm working on it. Work in progress. Turn your music up. Just go have fun.
Yeah.
Like, record your kids just laughing.
Mhm. Mhm.
That genuine gut laugh.
Mhm.
Just be present and enjoy it.
Yes.
Like, just, I don't know, go throw some glitter somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Just have some fun. I think we get so wrapped up in our society, our social media, comparison, and all of that, where we forget to just be present and have fun.
Yes.
You know?
And in those moments are some of the best memories that I
Mhm.
created. You'll be
Mhm.
like, oh, we were laughing about this the other day. We were talking about a vacation we went on. And I was like, oh, remember the hotel was so nice for her. And they were like, no, but I remember they had free cookies. And I was like, what?
That's the thing.
You know what I mean? It was something that was so small, but I'm like, okay, that's. And I said, do y'all remember this? And it was the things that they remember. Like, no, but I remember we were jumping on the bed. You know, just stuff like that where it was in the moment. Those were the memories, and not, like you said, where we stayed, what we did, whatever else. That was fun, but that's not what they, remember it, because it's the relationship, the time and that's like time is so important, because like you said, it goes so fast.
It does.
It goes so
It
fast.
does. Just be purposeful, be mindful, and be present, and just remember to have fun with it. You can be gone tomorrow.
Yeah, I know when we saved and took our kids to Disney, and waited for that right age, 5 and 10, because they're 5 years apart. Oh, and we did the whole Florida thing and stuff. And I remember talking to them about it. I said, you all remember we went to Disney? They was like, yeah, that pool was so nice at the hotel. I said, what? They said the pool, that was the best part. We could have done a staycation in Lombard. I ain't have to take you to Florida to do that. So it really is. But they was like, Mama, you jumped in the pool with us and we did it and we splashed. That's what they remember.
Mhm.
That's what they remember. So yeah, you are absolutely right. It's having those experiences. And I had a friend recently tell me that. She said, I create experiences for my kids.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so important.
I really honed in that when I got into KW, because part of the vision is to, not vision, but anyways.
Mission.
Yes, thank you. Is to give experiences, to have experiences worth giving.
That's right.
Yes.
Right?
It is.
Like, I remember experiences with my family, right? That's what I'm gonna take to my grave.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna take that money. I ain't gonna take the car. I ain't gonna take the Louis V.
Nope.
None of that. It's the experiences that we give. So when I say have fun, be present, you guys just talked about things that your kids were doing laughing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's what they remember.
That's what they remember. That's exactly
fun.
what they remember.
How about you try to go be a kid again?
Yes.
Like, go do it with them.
Yeah.
Love yourself and have fun.
Yeah.
Stop buying all that stuff, because they don't even remember it half the time.
Nope.
Well, this has just been wonderful.
It has.
She is one of the most mature young people that I know. I just love her. I've learned so much from you.
Yes.
We had recently had lunch together, and it was just a joy. You know, the hour went by so quickly. I love talking to you. I love the woman that you are.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and thank you for always sharing.
and pouring into people.
Yes.
I believe God gives it to me to put it out, and I want to give the honor to my parents. They raised me.
And that's a big thing, being raised.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes. We'll catch you on the next episode of Grace Over Grit and Growth. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.